Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we did not leave off on the screen. I have no idea what's going on with the video. But we were just asked the question as to who Junko was trying to lure and how they did it. As it stands, I only really have two ideas in mind. The survivors of the Killing School Life, which is Makoto's group, or our group of students that they trapped on the island. Option B doesn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense, so I'm assuming it's the survivors of the Killing School Life, but we'll just see. So the people Junko lured and the method. I should try connecting the dots. The answer should be there. So so it's more logic dive. I was a little worried it was going to be a non-stop debate, simply because. Well, that was kind of the music that's usually the music that it leads up to, that was playing at the time. So, we'll see what happens on this one. Okay, so the mouse isn't as sensitive as I was worried about. Well, there's not a whole lot of obstacles in the way. So, is this going to be our first? No, it's going to be just a checkpoint. I can see where increasing the max speed would have been good for this one, because it's not too terribly... Okay, that was the wrong button. It's the left mouse click button that makes you jump. Crap. Well, time to do all that over again. Sorry about that. I thought I had it. I guess not. So at least they're gonna... Oh, come on, really? That's a hell of a jump then, isn't it? I wonder if I should try... I wonder if the speed you're going has any impact on your turning radius. Okay, got it. Whew, man, that's a heck of a jump. I hope I don't have to do too many of those. Oh god, here it comes. No. Wow, they've got some seriously tricky jumps going this time. This has got me a little worried. Because it shouldn't be that bad. Frack, I didn't pay attention to what was ahead of me. Oh, wow, what's the deal with the time? What's the deal with the time right now? Oh my god. I've burned through like 3 minutes of time and just boom, like that. Hopefully there's not... Oh, it says there's 3 questions, though. Okay, so who did Junko want to lure? Future Foundation, Hope Peaks, Headmaster, and the Ultimate Despair. It's gotta be the Future Foundation. Oh great, now I have to pay attention to what our selections are even doing. Please don't make this too terribly long. I don't have a whole lot of time left. I can deal with obstacles. That I can deal with. It's those tricky jumps. That was something else. So what do we got? More obstacles. Hopefully it just follows the same sort of pattern that we just got done doing. Okay, so a checkpoint. Nope, it looks like we're going back to jumping. Please don't wreck me. You wrecked me?! Ah, damn. Wow, they really upped the ante on this one, didn't they? Shoot. Okay, so jump early and then we can just slide on over. Okay, here's the question 2. What bait was used to lure them? The killings? That's my best guess. Because it wasn't just a glitch. It wouldn't have caught their attention. Yeah, okay, so the killings is the answer to that question. Frel. Oh, man. I was really afraid I was going to hit that one. Alright. Last checkpoint, hopefully. Ooh, a minute and a half. That's not a lot of time. I am not allowed to make much more of a mistake then, am I? Please don't screw this up. Is this it? Is this it? Come on, let this be it. Nope, there's more to go. Shoot. Okay, minute to go. Question 3. What did Junko use to force them to watch the killings? This surveillance camera. Okay, surveillance. Okay, it's just surveillance. Okay. Nice way to try to trick you out. At least I made the smart choice to slow down and just let it happen. Are we good? Oh, come on. Do not make me lose in... Jeez, that was close. I am so sorry. That was a lot trickier than I was expecting it to be. Okay, so yeah, luring the Future Foundation with the Killing School trip. Okay. I guess it should have been more obvious. I was thinking too much into it. Okay, so you use the surveillance cameras. You were trying to lure the Future Foundation by showing them the footage you were recording, weren't you? The surveillance cameras? That's what they were being used for? In the previous Killing School life, the surveillance camera footage was broadcast outside of the school. Same deal. Oh, good. At least I can use this as a thumbnail. It's been, admittedly, it's been getting kind of tricky and a little nerve-wracking finding the proper thumbnails for video uploads, because the last thing I want to do is just spoil it outright. And sometimes it can be tricky to find a good thumbnail that doesn't reveal everything. This ought to be perfect. You use the cameras that were placed throughout the entire island for the same purpose.
Ding, ding, ding! I was broadcasting the Killing School trip live to every member of the Future Foundation.
The footage you recorded with the surveillance cameras was shown to the Future Foundation. What shall I do? I did a lot of disgraceful things in front of those cameras. Really? That is not what I expected you to say. I figured it would be Kaz that'd be all up in arms about it. You sure did. I will never be queen now. Please forget what you saw. So you guys were watching us? Then why didn't you come and rescue us earlier? We tried to hack in many times, but the virus within the program blocked us at every turn. Not only that, the New World program stopped accepting shutdown commands from the outside. As a last resort, we considered cutting power to the program, but we didn't know what would happen to the subjects. If we cut the power while the program was still running, there's no way we'd jeopardize your safety by taking such a gamble. Which brings out something to mind that I was thinking of in between sessions. Say it along with me, everyone. Which was, if we were, so, assuming they knew that we were, they knew that we were killing each other off. So knowing that, it almost makes me wonder why they didn't disconnect them from the server after, their body had no real function anymore. I suppose it didn't, I suppose it was just easier to leave them plugged in. And they probably didn't know what Junko's ultimate goal was, which was to upload herself into the empty bodies. But I don't know, it was just something that came to mind that seems like an odd choice for those who would have been outside. Even so, we kept trying over and over again, until it was finally possible for us to enter the program. Just a short time ago.
And you came all the way here when you knew it was a trap? I get it. You couldn't just leave them alone. If you saw people dying one by one with your own eyes, by the same killing game you guys played, hope dictates that you act all high and mighty and say, I'm definitely gonna stop it this time, right?
Hey, don't tell me. That's the reason you made us go through all this.
Of course we made you do it for that reason. We orchestrated this game instead of killing you outright, solely to show it off to the Future Foundation.
We were forced to solve puzzles and riddles, just so you could show it off to the Future Foundation?
That's why you guys are chumps. You're just the bait I used to catch a big fish called the Future Foundation. But it's not my fault, you know. This game is a fight between the Future Foundation and me. You guys were just instigators in the background. But you guys already knew that when you chose to play this game, right?
Just 1 second, please. That sounds as though we...
As though we wanted to come to this world of our own free will. But that's precisely the truth.
Huh?
You guys chose to be instigators, and you were willingly taken into the Neo World program to provide the opportunity I needed to push this battle between hope and despair into overtime. That's right! The reason the Ultimate Despairs began killing each other was set up by the group itself.
That's just your imagination.
Oh, naive Makoto totally fell for the trap. And now your face is filled with a lovely shade of despair. What does that despair... Well, that despair is fucking obvious. You're here to rescue the assholes who set this up in the first place.
Don't go blaming us for this.
Thank you. It's all thanks to you guys. This time around, I might be able to fill these guys with despair.
We do not feel despair. Even if this was all a trap, we will never regret coming here. And this is the only thing we could do to stop you. But nevertheless, it's all over. We will shut you down and end all of this.
You're pretty fucking desperate. Well, that's pretty fucking obvious. If you don't initiate the shutdown, those Future Foundation fuckwits are gonna be trapped here forever.
Trapped? Why would that happen?
Didn't I already explain it? You know, the graduation exam rule.
We must pick one?
There are 2 options. Graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. But that's not all, right? In order to pass the graduation exam, there's one more requirement.
The other requirement to pass the exam is press either button, the teacher's final decision, and become the blackened and escape. This one seems like the most likely. We'll go with this one. Okay. I was a little worried it was either button, but they just got done saying that. As I recall, we also need the teacher's final decision.
To participate in the graduation program, you need my permission as your acting teacher, you know.
What? Does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote?
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it.
Obviously, there's no way I'd let the members of the Future Foundation graduate. So if you can't activate the shutdown, the Foundation will enter the endless life of repeating the grade.
That's only if the shutdown sequence doesn't activate, right? But that's impossible. Everyone here understands how dangerous it is to release you into the real world. We know that all too well. I mean, she's been bad-mouthing us the whole time.
Oh!
Looks like you shouldn't have talked so much. Out of the mouth comes evil, so they say. It's true that we fell for this trap, and that we run the risk of not being able to go back. But what's wrong with that? Thinking we'd back down because of something like that is a huge mistake.
That's my line. Thinking your little shutdown plan will succeed is a huge mistake.
Huh?
You're totally overestimating those chumps over there. There's no way they'll start the shutdown sequence.
Why not?
Look upon their faces. They look like piglets who are forced to watch their mom roasting on a spit.
Stop talking about Terror.
There's no fucking way they'll initiate the shutdown just to go back to being ultimate despair.
That is... well... yeah, basically it's either, as these characters see themselves, commit suicide to a certain extent, and send despair back into the real world, graduate, and they get to go into the real world as themselves, along with Junko, or they go back to repeating the cycle. Again, it all comes back to the fact that they're totally boned. Junko, I don't care what you say. I have decided to believe in everyone. It's true that they walked the wrong path before, but that is all in the past now. What I believe in is not their past, but their futures.
Yes! Oh, yes! I was totally waiting for a protagonistic line like that! When I crush you with despair was such ecstasy!
No matter what you do to me, I will never fall into despair.
Oh, wrong. I'm not the one who's gonna make you fall into despair. That's the Mastermind's job, and they'll be appearing very soon.
What? What do you mean, there is no Mastermind. You're it. That's it. Mastermind? Mastermind? Someone is coming? There's more people? That can't be. It's just a bluff.
You should never make the last character who appears in a detective story turn out to be the Mastermind. But I always fall into that pattern, so I was kind of worried about that.
Enough already. What are you talking about?
Oh well, let's bring him out with lots of energy. It's Mr. Izuru Kamakura.
Izuru Kamakura? The name, I've heard it before. That person was called the Ultimate Hope. But that shouldn't be all he was. That's right. I've seen a person called Izuru Kamakura somewhere else. As I recall, that person was the founder of the Academy. Okay, so we're taking it at face value that they're the same person. I mean, it's a little odd that he's so old, though. Well, we'll just have to find out if that really is the case in the next episode. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.